Hey y'all, I haven't done a video in a while and see if I can film right, but just haven't been that motivated here lately. It's been weird, but thought I'd do a little bow drill practice, just play around, show you what I'm up to, kinda. Out at the lake right now. I got me it's a little bit dark. I'm in the shade. It's like 95 today. This here is tree of heaven. If I don't write it down, I can't remember. Works all right. This stuff gets rock hard. I can actually practically work with this better than this stuff as far as the spindle. But as you can see, or I don't know if you can see, it's got that papery stuff in the center, so it's hollow in the center. And as far as the spindle goes, I've gotten several embers with the spindle, but it wasn't super easy. I think it was easier with the oak. But this is the pin oak I made in my other video. I've been playing with it a little bit. I probably ought to get in some light, but maybe you can see. I've been playing a little bit with it. Did the double. If it's showing up. I did a double, which I like a lot. But anyway, I practice with that every now and then. I just made up a couple willow, I believe they're willow, hearth boards yesterday. And I think this is a little willow spindle. I think that's another willow spindle. And a piece of a pallet that my brother-in-law made. That was his first spindle. And all I did was round this part just a little bit before I tested it, and it worked quite well. This is willow or cottonwood, I never can remember. And here's my cottonwood bearing block I made last year, almost a year ago, and it finally broke there right in the center a little bit where I was pushing super hard. I think I've been using a lot too much pressure because my Essie tool, my Gerber, I've had for like 15 years or better. And just a quick bow I made last year, actually, I believe. But this Essie tool here, full of lint, has really been heating up on me. It wasn't heating up at all. Barely got warm using it on pin oak and pin oak just by itself. But now that it got warm out, it's got hot out, warmed up, this thing gets so dang hot. I used a piece of fat wood, almost as big around as that. That was in one of my bow drill videos. It actually burnt my thumb. It got so dang hot, and I just switched to a larger piece. But anyway, I found this works really well. If I put about a 1-inch piece of wood on top of it, about up to here, and it'll dissipate the heat. But anyways, well, see what I can't come up with here. That'll work, should work. This here's Tree of Heaven hearth board. Playing with my brother's bushcraft I bought myself for Christmas last year. See, I'll just use this piece of willow, I believe it is. Yeah, I thinned down this Brothers of Bushcraft, playing around with it. Thinned her way down. Thinner than what I wanted, but I actually like it. And rounded the sides. I haven't finished this side yet, but I don't know. Okay, let me see. That looks like it'll work. I'm not going to touch up the tip of the spindle. See if this will go. Should. Cut the notch real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, give this a try. Wind's blowing this way, so I'm going to put this on this side. It's actually quite bowed, so the wind will blow right through, so I'm going to put another board behind it. Try to block the wind, come on now. Maybe. We'll see. See if you can see that. That looks like you can see. If I can hold my foot on her. Hey, she worked. That's my first time trying. I think it's my first time trying that willow on Tree of Heaven. See if she's showing up. Yeah. Doesn't look too bad. Wind's really going to town, yeah. Can't tell. I'm already breathing hard and that wasn't nothing. Not really any cohesion though. It's a bunch of clumps. It's not cohesing at all. What I call cohese anyway. That was Tree of Heaven. Treat of Heaven. Almost went through the board. Yeah, hardly. Yeah, it's not really cohesing. I had to put a board or something down. I always forget to put a piece of board down. Okay. Well, now that I'm warmed up, my spindle's kind of gotten short on me. It's not the best on the end. Let me get this prepped and I'll be right back. Well, I'm getting her prepped here. I don't cut myself, which I always do, seems like. It's pretty hard. It's been drying ever since I just pulled off the tree in my pin hook video, and it's been drying ever since, so it may be a little easier now, maybe not. I mean, it was dry, so. If that's enough, you bugger. Help me burn her in. I got enough spindle left. Should have. See, this doesn't put off a whole ton of dust, but a little bit. Let me cut the notch. I'll be right back. Okay, I think that notch will work. Maybe a little wide back here, but we'll see. I do cut it on the wrong side. There's enough for my foot here, I guess. Trying to keep you in the camera. Help me move you here. I'm out here at the lake. Not sure where the camera's at. Where are you? Well, anyway. Laying frame, more or less, I guess. Well, it's tipped up quite a bit, but I'll give her a go. I think it's important. I've been practicing a lot with oak and other hardwoods, because you just never know what kind of wood you're going to find as dry. Still breathing hard, and I've been practicing a lot. I got her. Ooh, buddy. There was a little warm. She's a little windy. Not blocking her very good. Yeah, I think you can see that. Oh. Pulled out my pocket Bushman. It's a little easier to, it's thinner. A little easier to start the notch with a little thinner blade. At least for me. Oh. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. I want to try my new, one of my new willow spindles. I believe it's willow anyway. I carved out with my hatchet yesterday. Howdy! Good, hang on. What's up? Okay, how's the camp host? Anyways, back to my pocket Bushman. Cut me a place to play. It's just thinner than the Brothers. I don't really use the Brothers that much. I need to play with it more than I do, for sure. For sure. Okay, let me get this bad boy burned in. I figure out which spindle I'm going to use. Yeah, I just redone the tip on this willow, I believe it is. So I'll go with that. So I don't fall down on a hill. Come on, baby. Okay, let me cut this notch right quick. I'll just leave you on, I guess, unless I edit you out. Okay, one on this side, so I need to cut here. I don't know if you can see me. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now it's split too. Right here. I'll give her a go anyway. I hate not being able to see. Yeah, that might be a little deep. We'll give her a go. I sure like this Gerber. It's a little bit of a narrow notch there. I might widen her out a bit. It'll probably be okay. Well, she's a little deep, huh? Deeper than I like, but she should work pretty good, should. Yeah, when I first bought this saw, because whenever I find something, see if I'm in frame. Whenever I find something, I never can find a replacement blade, so I bought like 2 or 3 extra bone blades or fine blades, and like 3 or 4 extra wood blades years ago. I've used most of them, but that's why I haven't got a silky yet. That daggum saw will break me because I want to buy, you know, 5 or 6 extra blades. But anywho, let me go see if I can get this to work for me. For us. I don't brush my boot too bad. Or hit the camera. Alright, rock on. Let's do it. I like to go more than's needed, just so I can get plenty of an ember. This daggum ember dust is so light that the wind don't blow her away on me. The fibers are so big. Pull her away just, I like to, so come in frame, I like to pull it away just a little bit out of the V to get air to it, and then she'll really take off. But I'm going to leave it right there. Yeah, willow does pretty good. I find it just doesn't cohere with the crap. At least this willow I'm using anyway. See how she's just falling apart? She's not sticking together at all. Some pea-sized clumps there, but if I even had you in frame. Anyway. That's willow on willow, a new board that is made. And I drilled, I'd say a good 3/4 of the way through, or almost. She burned pretty good. This time, I'll probably cut this notch a little wider since I got a hole. Let me do that, I'll be right back. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. It's got a soft spot right here. And then when I got down to that, that just broke out on me. So it's, as you can see, extremely deep. But I made the notch as wide as the hole, thereabouts. It works. Oops. As wide as the hole thereabouts, and I found it works pretty good that way after the hole's drilled. But before the hole's drilled, an arrow or notch works better for me anyway. Like I say, that's pretty deep notch. I don't know if that's going to work at all. Might even come out, but I'm going to go. The only way you figure it out is to do it. I do more trying to figure it out than winning. Losing than winning, if you will, or whatever that term is. Alright. Let's do it. and my broken bearing block. Come on, babe. Pretty sure I already got it. Just want some more dust. Well, look at that. Jim Willigers. I wouldn't have thought that deep notch would work. Almost went all the way through too. Something else I just thought of I need to catch my breath, do a video on is, I think somebody might have hijacked my channel, my damn channel. I was watching a video armed rogue done, or I think it was on Nathan, something Ferro Rod Nathan sent, but anyway. That one's kind of cohesive there. I seen somebody else made a comment wanting her to light his fire. Comment I would not make. Unless, you know, I was good friends with her. Maybe not even then, unless I was good friends with her husband. But anyway. And I seen my picture there. I'm like, holy shit. I don't know if somebody hijacked my account, so maybe I ought to message her and see if that looked like it came from me, because I'm ornery, but sometimes to a point it gets me in trouble. But anyway, well, if I don't break it, look at that. Look at that notch. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Or how deep the hole is. Of course, at least I can seem to get away with a lot more with a softwood than I can the hardwoods. The hardwoods, a wider notch really works good. I haven't done much testing on it yet, but a narrower notch for the first ember, and then after that, after the hole's kind of drilled in, go wide. It just helps. And some other harder to get embers might help to wing out the bottom, but I used to wing out the bottom, you know, shave the edge to widen it all the time, and I just got tired of doing it. Realized that I didn't really need it. You can see the size of embers I get anyway. So, but there's another notch, and I'll show you this other notch that one of the notches I started with, and I really liked. It's a notch that what's his name? Oh gosh. Wrote Naked into the Wilderness, John McPherson. I really like his books. He's a heck of a nice guy. When I ordered stuff from him back in early 2000, he told me if I ever needed anything, any help with anything, to give him a call. And he's just a few hours north of me here in Kansas, but I never did. I never wanted to bug him, but maybe, yeah, I'm still recording. Anyway, it's a notch he showed to use on a yucca hearthboard for and his favorite use on the yucca was the cattail stock, and which is something I really want to try and haven't done yet. But yeah, I'll see if I can't remember how to cut that notch and do that right quick. I'll be right back. I always wonder if I'm in frame. Not the best filmer. Unless I'm behind the camera. Then I get sneaky, but I'm gonna go over a little bit. There's this little piece that ripped out when I was shaving it with the hatchet. I'm gonna go right here. See how soft that wood is. It's dry too, so. Yeah, I haven't been practicing. I think that just means I got soft hands. Haha. Been out of work for going on 4 months now, trying to get on the oil field down south and all the shit going on with that. Found a job in Wichita. I may just hang around here. Anyway, sometimes it's better to get away from family. Let me burn this in, and I'll try and cut this other notch if I can remember how I do it. I'll leave it wide a little bit this time. This may be a long video, but it might help somebody, might not. It's just me. I don't know if you can see it. I think I'll leave that nipple on there. Yeah, I usually take them off, but it should burn down pretty quick. I always put way too much pressure on there anyway. Oh yeah, that nipple is what happens when you cut the notch too far back in the hole. At least I found. All right, that's the same spin. Woo! Like this. Trying to look in the camera. I'll have to start using my other camera. Been using my cell phone, it just seems so much easier. But as you can see how far back that notch is. Spindles this nipple right out on there, and I took it almost all the way to the bottom. But I hope this comes out okay. I gotta get me a YouTube, I gotta get me an editor too. Start using my other camera. This cell phone is just so easy, but apparently I don't wanna. Okay. Phone just quit. Thankfully I heard it. Let me cut this notch. Be right back. I gotta try to figure out. Okay, let me raise you up. Maybe. I didn't move. Okay. Hope you can see me okay. Looks like you can. What I'm gonna do here, I just marked about where I want to cut. Instead of going this way, down in and making it open like this notch, I'm going to go this way. And this way, basically in the same hole in the center. So what I'll do is I'll cut a hole in the center, and then I'll come over here to this line, and I'll cut here at angle, and I'll come over this line and cut here in the same center hole. What that'll do is, what a lot of guys like to do is, you know, well, that's another reason I don't like doing it on willow and cottonwood is it likes to snap out on you, but it's seriously going to snap out anyway. This is burnt down, but what I'm getting at is a lot of guys like to shave this down. And there's nothing wrong with that. It works. Opens it up, gets some more air in there, I guess. I don't know. I've never usually had a problem doing it or not doing it, but anyway, basically you're just doing that on a bigger extreme. The only problem I found with doing that is the hole's usually only good for one time, because I'm cutting the hole at such an extreme, depending on how deep I take it, it's usually it goes down too far. But you know what, I haven't played with that notch since since the first 2 weeks I learned. And basically, to be honest with y'all, I just learned a year ago. I was unemployed at the time, and I just got pissed off. First timber I ever made was with Far North Bushcraft and Survivals, Lonnie there, his rendition, or whatever you call it. of the Alaskan strap drill. But and then I went to this. The first 3 embers without strap drill was easy. I thought, man, this is so easy. I don't know why people make such a hard time. I'll make such a fuss about that. And and then I must have done another 20 or 30 times, and I couldn't get ember for nothing. Nothing with that strap drill. Boy, I was cussing. And if you notice on my last video, the reason it didn't do that, but the reason I had gloves on was when I practiced with my strap, my fingers rubbed the paracord, and I always rub the skin off of both my fingers all along here. One of them, I don't know, whichever one rubs. And I need to practice that more. But used a smaller spindle, which I've been preaching on the bow drill for beginners anyway. But yeah. And then I went to, because I was cussing that, I went to the bow drill. I thought, well, that's a piece of cake, I'll do that. Hell no. I started with a primitive block, probably this one, without the bottle cap. And I burnt right through that sucker. I was burning, I was cussing every way up and down. I couldn't get nothing for nothing. And one of the problems was the wood I was using wasn't exactly dry. Another problem was I had too much friction in the bearing block. So I highly recommend a frictionless bearing block, believe you me. And another problem was my notches weren't right. I wasn't getting them wide enough. Notch is pretty important, really. I found, you know, a quarter of the way back. Holy shit. I'm dangerous with a knife. I find, you know, coming a quarter of the way back to 3/4 of the way back is good. Hell, even to the center is good. It likes to nipple out, but it works good. I like a 1/4 to 3/4. I shoot for, you know, somewhere in between there, like halfway back from the center. And I just watched a video the other day. I can't remember who it was. He was talking about a 25% rule, and that seemed pretty cool. But every time I try to do what he does and have the spindle 25% over the ember, over the edge of the board, it always comes out. So I might have to play with that. I always got to practice a lot before I can do it the way people show anyway. But I just had a friend of mine block me, I believe. I'm not going to say who he was. I don't really understand that unless it's true my video was, or my channel was hijacked and some yahoos making comments. But anyway, I'd be kind of flattered if they were, because I don't know who the hell would want to hijack my lame channel. Anyway, well, let me get this notch cut real quick, and I'll just cut it online here and see if I can't do it. Since the video is rolling, I probably can't, but anyway. Okay, start with the center cut. I done it backwards again, didn't I? I gotta see. Get it in the center. That was Warden. He was checking me out. The law always checks me out. Thank God I shaved. I'm not so burly. Alright. Okay. I'll try to go about halfway to the hole. Shoot, the old Warden ought to stop. He didn't know how to do bow drill. Give him a quick lesson on bow drill. Of course, once again, as soon as I go to show somebody, it won't work, so. Not as easily as it usually does anyhow. Alright. Well, I wish the person that blocked me or whatever would tell me what I done. I am ornery. Not real savvy, but that's just me. Alright. Let me see if I can remember how to do this bad boy. Come on, you. I'm in frame. I know I don't want to go too deep. There, right? Okay. God, I may have gone too deep. Oh, biggie. I'll do it again if it don't work. As long as my strength holds out. I know there's a point that I want to stop before the knots, like the knots go to the center, but there's a point that I want to stop at. I think it's been a while. I need to quit talking since I don't fully remember. Well, it may be too deep, but this is how I learned, believe it or not. If you can see that. Only problem is I may have took the back too deep in, or not deep enough. Well, let's see. Let me clean it up just a little bit. Game warning again. He's smiling at me, bugger. It's like, shit, stop, talk to me. Okay, I just cleaned up the back a little bit. Well, it won't work now because I learned another way. It should work, but this may be too deep back. Quit talking, Mike, just do it. Anyway, so you can see it's just a line to start with there. Basically the ember's going underneath, so it kind of blocks the protects it, I guess, if you will. I don't know, hell, I ain't no expert. Just ask half my friends. Alright, let's do it. Let me try and move my camera. Come on, baby. And there you go. That right there was how I learned. You can see. That was a notch I learned with like a year ago. I was just trying to remember notches and couldn't get it to work for nothing. It was because it was dry and the bearing block, and or the wood wasn't dry and the bearing block and blah blah blah. My back hurts now. And I just remembered that from John McPherson's book, and well, hey, I'll try that. And it works. The reason I quit using it was it's like a one-time deal. But I actually think that's probably going to blow away on me because of the wind. I think I could probably do another one out of that, maybe. Because, yeah, I didn't go back. I didn't fully go to the center of the hole with the big cutout. So, yeah, I should be able to get another ember out of that. Of course, willow and willow doesn't cohese with a hoot. Well, let's do it again. Let me see if I can get a second ember out of that same hole. I remember I used to really like that notch, but I don't know. It just seemed like a pain in the butt to cut because, of course, that was back then. Because I cut a center hole, and I'd find the lines on the side of the hole, then I'd go I'd cut it at an angle. But anyhow, this is actually easy practice today, more or less. I've been practicing with hardwoods, and the biggest key I found, well, I'm no friggin' expert, but I found the wider notch sure does better in the hardwoods. And that's something I want to know. I want to be able to walk up to any tree, grab that wood, well, you know, more or less any tree if it's dry, and be able to get an ember. That's just the kind of guy I am. Of course, I always overdo it. I got a big old blind spot in my right eye right now. I don't know if I've been overdoing bow drill practice or been eating wrong or something, but anyway, I'm probably rambling. Let's see if I can get another ember out of that real quick. I'm just doing one more show because I can see the camera. I just want to make sure it's coming through or in focus thereabouts. If the camera stays on. Okay. Let me try to do a different angle if I can. I've been trying to avoid the wind is what I'm doing. But the way this notch is, I shouldn't have much trouble with the wind. Shouldn't. Ah. Okay, just the old block with the bottle cap, no big deal, or nothing fancy. Till I scare that spider off my board, get rock on. I always put so much pressure on these spindles, that's why I like a smaller spindle. Pretty sure I already got it. Yep. Almost looks like I can get another one. See, that's why I said that on the camera. There she blows. It was because if I didn't say it, it wouldn't work or would work. Hell, I don't know. I don't have a lot of blood in my brain right now. Get a lower up, but okay. See how she's burning? Oh, turn back. Let me stand up. See how she's burning? How she's putting that hole in there. So I may or may not be able to get another one out of that one. Yeah. Oh, what the heck? Let me try again. I'm curious if I can get 3 out of it. I'm like all giddy. Yee-hoo! All right. I guess so. Well, there's 3. Yahoo! Slept wrong the other day and pinched my darn back. Pinched a nerve in my back or something. You don't really need to go that long. I like a bigger ember, and I kept moving the hearthboard over on the. So when I was going to stop, I moved the hearthboard. I'm like, crap. So I've done it some more. That's not really that big ember anyway. But nothing special. But I spent like an entire month, all day, every day, practicing the bow drill. When I say all day, I mean, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 embers a day. I was so out of shape. I still am. And then I finally got it, and I was doing like, I don't know, 20 to 50 embers a day, trying all different kinds of woods. And but anyway, still no expert. I'm figuring out tricks here and there that I don't know if I figured out, forgot, or see that this time it's kind of cohesing. See there? I guess you just never know with this willow. Let me put this knife up before I cut myself. But there she is. 3 embers out of that bad boy. Hopefully she's in focus. See how she burns. That's the notch I learned with. Anyway. Well, I'm kind of tired. I think I'll end there. Y'all take care.